So you do see, I just type mobile extern, right? If you click there is an option for download. There is a portable home edition. You just click download. It doesn't it doesn't need any credentials, even if it is a public computer and you do not have administrative privileges. It will just download or open and run. Then do open, struct, and when it is ready, you just run this application. Okay, let me walk. Were you successful? You need detailed instructions.
Yep, I installed it. So,
when we will have more formal part of the class, I will try to be slower, more gentle, so that everyone is on the same page. But now we are doing extra things that I'll try to be a little bit bigger.
sounds good.
We'll just start. Oh, thank you.
Yes, I agree with this.
Yep. So try to. It is better to work with personal computers, but web computers are okay as well. So try to go to Google and find in this app, and just download and run. But you can look at it, right? Okay, so camera is not focused here. I will write something here which shouldn't be on recordings, right? So all lowercase. So camera is not focused here. They're very good. So space minus one capital space. So try to type this one, and when it asks for a code, type this one. Okay. Let me walk through. Okay. Yeah. Then the stuff. Okay. Lowercase. Do not save. Well, if you're on your personal computer with administrative privileges, you are welcome to save. Okay, just if you're on a public computer, it will not, if you block further progress, you try to save the place where you're okay, Control C is right now type TOP. for next for them how to look in. So we're just trying to be literal this property origins. Yeah, what you were saying? It's not for space. Minus upper A is pi minus upper A is pi space. Let me know when you four out of six. No, you cannot say. So we have 5 out of 6 successes by now. I hope you have 6 out of 6. So what we were doing fine now, you already made a great leap through. When we work either in Mac OS or Windows PC, or tablets, we are just operating modern computers by drag dropping mouse clicking, right? In ancient times, it was a big discovery in ages before computers were existing for 20 years, and they didn't have this luxury. So one was communicating with computers by typing. It's the same as we do chatting with our best friends and making one test and we have friends, right? So the powerful supercomputers in banks, in NASA control of aeronautics, they still work old-fashioned and in natural sciences as well. So in order to access supercomputers and even not super, just remote computers that work professionally, one needs to use so-called linux. if you did work, if you are a fan of Linux, you know what it is. If you don't, some of you have macOS, right? And you look at terminal application. The terminal application in macOS is when you start typing commands. Before Windows, there was a disk operating system, DOS, which also had you have the screen, you type directory, you type the name of the game, Tetris, enter, and then you start playing games. Right? But there were no mouse operated things. It was only the keyboards up and down. So there are internet addresses if you want to visit a server with some nice photos. Right? And if you log into your there is a standard, or if you send emails, you put like user at and then name of the server. Right? So the same convention is used to connect to the brain and heart of the remote computer, supercomputer or just computer, Linux computer. So if it has permissions to go through firewall, you need to mention the computer and username.
I will stop recording for a few seconds.
So what you have completed now, trying at CHEM364 is a little pizza box at the first floor of the chemistry department that has very humble. Your laptops have maybe like 8 CPUs. This pizza box has about 100, of course, but it is not all. It is like a little bit upgraded compared to desktop. It has, instead of tower, it looks like a pizza box, but that's it. And maybe a little bit more disk space. One cannot do productive computational chemistry calculation. It's mostly for model building, data storage, and proxy connections to true servers. But when we start, we may occasionally break something, so we better do not get immediate access to powerful supercomputers. We try it locally. So we go over this meeting, which in half a year, some of you may elect to take computational chemistry CHEM364, and then meeting like this will be the first meeting there. Here we do an emergent crash course because some of you may need it for the research. And the goal is to connect to server, build models. That's it. All materials and chemical objects, molecules are just positions of ions, and then some laws, how many electrons and how they form molecular objects. But the immediate minimal necessary level is to how to set up geometry of a molecule or material system that we want to model, how to set X, Y, Z coordinate of each atom. This is the goal of this meeting. As soon as we can do it and we can have it saved, not on the local computer, but on the remote computer, we are done. So we are not going to do any calculations that can be done in half a year or on a personal basis. But this is something that will work much better in the interactive fashion. Okay. So approximately 40 minutes for Linux and file transfer and 40 minutes for model view. So you are connected to the client server. As our regular mouse operated computers, there is a file manager or finder in Mac where you just click and browse through directly to it. Same with this Linux computers. We need to, just to avoid chaos, we need to organize our effort and put our directories in the right place so that we do not interfere with each other and we can easily find what we need next. So some of you are aware that
sometimes there are user home directories which are waiting in space, and there are some additional directories which have external drive that has 20 terabytes, maybe 20 gigabytes of home and whatever. So same thing here. We cannot put too much data on the home directory. We need to travel in a space of directories to the right place where we have a lot of space. So it will be a little task number one. I'm going to demonstrate it and then circle over rows and make sure that you all excel in this little exercise. Share screen. So when after logging in, I encourage you to type TOP. TOP is an analog of Windows Task Manager. Or in Mac, there is a how do you call it? Force quit stuff. When you see a list of currently running applications, and you can see are they good or bad, and we eventually erase them. So TOP is analog. It's user like identification, priority, how many percentage of CPU, and stuff like this. So you see there are several instances of the same user because we all are trying this little account. So TOP prevents your connection from automatic log off. So if you want to relax and you're not sure that you can remember password quickly, you just type TOP and relax, drink coffee, and then come back, type Control-C to stop it, and then continue doing commands. So Control-C. Now, PWD. Any ideas what is this? Pathway detection. So it is where am I? By the way, just for fun, who am I? Okay. So operating system name is Linux. Now, you see there is a little slash, right? So how many slashes is how far you are from so-called root. Like if there is a tree, there is a root level, and there are branches. So number of slashes is amount of branches. If I do CD, mean it is not CD-ROM, it is change directory. CD space 2 periods. Now again, PWD. So you see, we are one rung of a ladder up. Okay, so it was home, and then user, and now it is home. If I do, it's one again. But by the way, some people hate typing, which is okay. If you type arrow up, it will reproduce your previous expression. 2 times previous, second previous. So CD double dot. Now, if I type PWD, it is just slash. Slash, it means the like deepest possible, highest possible level. Root directory. You can do ls, and you see there are some things. ls means list. ls minus lt is arranged according to the time they were created or accessed. And D means it is a directory, and then the next is privileges for reading and writing. So typically one has access to home and sometimes to data. They may look, you see, they often do not have W and do not have, you see, there are DRWX, and for the super user and for the rest of the users, there is dash dash dash. So it means that simple guys like us cannot write there, cannot read, and cannot execute. So it's like not our privilege to go there. But there is a data, CD data, PWD, ls, CD web, ls, CD, and then user name. PWD, ls, And then there is a CHEM364 2023. I just try that it works. Now, after you are in this directory, type mkdir space and then the name that you prefer for yourself during this little exercise. If you want others to respect you a lot, you can write a long name starting with uppercase, but typically just to avoid typing mistakes, one types everything in lowercase to make things simple. I can type my name once again, or even the second. Then ls. Garrett has already completed. Press -OT. ls -OT. So Garrett was quicker than myself. And everyone else is not yet there. So I'm making a circle around and I'll do TOP so to prevent the logout and make sure that space. Up space. Now we'll call the ls space -T. Yes.
Oh, my life.
Space. This space. Just look. Change arrow up there. Enter. Arrow up. Enter. Plus. So when this is CT space data. Yes. Space. Space. Then the you can take 2 pages to start marketing to like that. So before we go to actual exercise of drawing the molecules, we need to agree on the protocol of data transfer. And then you introduce it. So right now you are accessing brain and heart of the remote computer directly. But what if you need some data created on that computer back to your
lab, computer, or personal laptop. How to transfer data, because right now you are doing something on the remote computer, but you do not have this data here. Of course, if it is a small file or small graphics, you can copy paste, but if it is like 10,000 lines, this copy pasting is a little less efficient. So we need better transfer. What are your ideas? What do you do? Send an email from remote computer to yourself. You know, in this command line, there is a command mail x space user at server, then caret backwards, and then name of the file. And we will send that email. It is how people were sending emails 30 years ago, and even later. When I was applying for my first job, I was writing a script so that this script reads a file line by line, changes email address, and sends the next message there. And now one can just type all addresses in the line and send it. Okay, so maybe creating files. Later on, we will do something practical, some beautiful, technically relevant things. But first, we will create some simple text files, saving them, and then bringing them to a local laptop or web computer to make sure that we know how to transfer data files. So downloading, maybe uploading, and then it is another skill that we will help you to survive in research. By the way, man is not always a human of the certain sex. It can be abbreviation of the word manual. So manual, MKDIR, it will tell like make directory, right? And any command that we tried, man ls, list directory content. So you can, and if you hit space several times, at the end, it will tell something else, which other commands are useful, and it's same like browsing internet 40 years ago. Okay, so I'm going to the directory that I have created, and now there is a biggest torture for people who work in the command line. So prepare for a little challenge and discomfort. VI text. Then enter. No. If it doesn't come to empty directory right away, just type Control-C. So it is a visual editor, and it is a very poor replacement of simple text editor on my text. Very poor. It was the only thing available in ancient times. So in order to type something or erase something or save file, one needs to do unhuman commands that are very against human nature. Just be prepared. If you admit this idea, you will survive. So I want to type like this is the test session. Just some words about what we do here. So first I type letter I to go into insert mode. You see, it has a little inserted at the bottom. And then I type something. Now I want to save it as a file. So another little thing, I need, so be prepared. It's probably the major discomfort in today's session. So with my left hand, I'm hitting the key escape and then the releasing hand. With my right hand, with two fingers, I type shift and colon. And you see there appears a column at the bottom. And then I type WQ for writing down this file and quitting the session. So I will write it down on the board. So it will be erased. So I for insert, and then escape. Fifth semicolon WQ enter. So if this exercise was correct, I'm doing ls, and I do see that there is a new file appearing here under name text. So there is a file named text that was created on August 23rd, 22:31 p.m. I don't know which time zone it is. I was not installing Linux on this computer, but probably someone followed European time zone. Now I type more of this file name text, and it shows the information that I was actually typing. Okay, so I'm going to type TOP to prevent automatic logout and make circle over the rows to make sure that these things on a ceiling should be green. Some higher level microphone that cancel the noise. If I learn how to activate them, then the recording will be of a little higher quality. Now it will be muffled. Please show. Control C or Q, whatever. More.
So we didn't need the dot.
Yeah, whatever. Anything is possible today.
Oh.
In MS-DOS 40 years ago, you need to put extensions so to avoid ambiguities.
Oh, okay.
More space. Okay, good. Just type something. It doesn't matter what. Escape, shift colon. WQ, enter. And now more space, text to space, text to enter. Excellent. Yeah, I'm confident you did. Okay, escape, shift column, WQ, enter. More space text, enter. That's great. Yeah, thank you. Now the question is how to download this file to the local computer.
So there are more professional things that are really good and advanced. Let's do a simple thing first, but please do not be too much attracted to it. I'll show simple that each of us will be able to do immediately, but focus on the more complicated and intense thing that will come next, because simple things are not as reliable and not as universal. So you do see this MobiX term has two panels, left and right. We were typing in the black right panel. Now we can look into the left panel. So you see, it looks very much like file manager. So you can double click for double dot. And here it shows where we are in the tree of directories. Now I can navigate to the data, web, user, CHEM364 and here's the text file. So I can probably just drag and drop and see if it will appear on the no? Oh, yes, it is here. Just drag and drop to the desktop and then opening it with, let's say, Notepad. You see? So it's, my name is Patricia and I'm just making a run drive. It's not my file. I'm not Patricia. Uh-oh. Wrong file. Okay, let's see just text. Text. Open with Notepad. Here's a little session, which is a crash course. Okay, much better. So let me make us a little tour around seeds and make sure that we all are on the same page. And try to open and make sure that it is. Okay. Perfect. Now you are home and user. Now we can click double dot. Double dot. Now we are in the root directory. We can do into the data, web, user, okay. You didn't create files here, but I know that you created a file in there. So this text one is your file. So if we do minimize, sorry for putting them. That's normal. I do the same. Okay, and now we can just take this one. And if you double click, it should open. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you. That's great. Yeah, thank you. Now let's do a little, we need an opposite activity. So let's modify a file on a local computer and upload it the same way. And it's still an easy exercise. Next one will be more complicated. I'm confident everyone will be very successful in this, but it's better to have a proof that it is very doable. So modified file, and I may save it as save as modified text. Now let's check if I just drag and drop it into here. It appears in this file manager, and then ls-lt, more text, so modified file. You see, if you do this exercise, you are so powerful that you can transfer files between computers that can be on the other side of a globe. So just drag and drop. Do you want me to walk around seats, or it is clear enough? I'll better walk to make sure, and then we'll continue. Okay, and just try to read and open it in the command line to make sure that it is what you created. Great. More space. Excellent. Yeah, that's great. Did you upload the modified file? Not yet. Okay. Patricia, did you?
Yes, I have.
And can you check? That's good. Okay. But the idea is minimize it. Okay. Modified file text. Okay. And we need to upload. Now find this file in your. Save as, and then put it in the directory you want. You can maybe arrange them by time they were modified, like date modified, and then you'll see the, yeah. Okay, so you didn't put it in your directory, right? Yeah, try to click on your subdirectory and repeat it. Okay, and now here, let's do, so we are in this one. Do you recognize your file, right? Thank you. Okay. Can you show it in the command line? Okay. Control C. Q. Less. More space text. Enter. Okay, yeah, that's great. Thank you. Okay, a little challenge, and we are almost done with basics of Linux. So I'm clicking plus in the MOBX term. And then I found the way to find the desktop of my current environment in the command line, but in the MOBX term. So I was just doing cd space ... several times and then navigating to find location of this desktop in the local computer. Now, Control C. I have too many modified files here. Or which one is mine? More text one. No, more modified text. More mod text. Okay, and I can copy cp mod text. Maybe new txt. I'm just trying to so that you'll be a unique file. So I do want to transfer file not by drag and drop operation, but by something more universal. So in the command line on the local computer, I'm typing scp, then user at host. And then I need to set up the pathway. So to tell where this file is located on the remote computer. And then space period. So this command scp means secure copy, space source, space destination. Dot means right here. After that, it will ask, it should ask the password. So it was transferring the file new text txt. So it is again modified file. And you see it does appear on the desktop, right? So this command scp is quite universal. So if we will be, from time to time, we need to transfer files not from a local computer to one remote computer, but between two remote computers. And then you do not have a graphical user interface to any of those, but you still can transfer data between them. Make sense? Okay, so I will type to prevent logout and make a walk through the seats. So it is scp space source space destination. pwd ls cd sig drive ls cd space c ls, and then you recognize things, whatever cd users ls cd and then cd the desktop. There will be desktop. pwd, just make sure, and then do scp user. First you need to go back where you are, user at tryon.chem, then column, not space, column, without space, column, two dots, column, without space. No. Back, column. And then without space, copy paste whatever you get there as pwd. Just copy paste this statement from data to yes. Paste. Slash space period, enter, and then you need to retype the password. More. Okay. Whew. Can you help each other? Okay. Yeah. There shouldn't be only a single slash. Okay. You can, let's go back. Just instead of this modified, just put star, not X, star, shift 8, asterisk, space, period, dot, enter. I don't know why it takes so long. What if you just stop it? Okay, maybe no, it doesn't. Maybe let's try to put explicitly the name of the file. Although I think it should work this way. Space period. Yeah, very strange, but we'll figure out later. Okay. So SIG drive. C is typically hard drive on the disk. Users, user. WD. Users. Which one is your? Okay. And then there should be desktop. And then you do SCP. MGSU.edu. Data web. This read. Sir. All files into here. Yeah, interesting. It was working for at least 2. Now it is a little delayed. But yeah, we're not going to debug, but between different computers it should work. At least we have one tool to that was working. Okay, I understand what is going on. So for here we can do just period. Then here we need to mention the name of file or all files. And then here there should be name of the server. And they are transferred. Maybe they were already here, but let's do another experiment. So there are 3 files there. And we repeat this command. Yeah, see, it appears here. Okay. Okay. We are done with the first part. Do you have energy for the second part? Okay. So there are several ways, and as you have seen in our previous exercise, one can achieve the same goal by different pathways, and we will try several, but you will select the one that works quicker for you. There is no wrong and right. There is more or less efficient. The simplest and most guaranteed way, if you working on your personal equipment, is to do I have your permission to raise this stuff? Okay. So the simplest and most reliable way is to find in Google the word Avogadro. Same like, but if you type just Avogadro, it will bring you to Avogadro number, Avogadro as a person scientist. But if you type Avogadro molecular modeling or just molecular, it will bring you to a piece of software. You are smiling as if you were using it before. Avogadro software. Okay, yeah. It is. It has benefit that it is free, and it is platform irrelevant. It will work on any computer. If you are using the not your personal equipment, but the lab computer, it will not work because we do not have credentials to install new software there. But please try to type it in Google and go ahead with downloading. So it will be something that we all will benefit. So you click there and it will give you, so it is how it should look like. And then you go to download and then download will start. If I will try to open it on local computer, it likely will not allow me because it's not my computer. I don't have credentials, but if you do it on your personal equipment, it will work right away. Yeah, see, it asks for permissions that I do not have on this equipment. So those who can, please try. Those who cannot, just wait a little bit. I have like about 5 options to proceed. Oh, it was not sharing. Now I see. Okay, you're ahead of all of us.
Why does it let me bond 6 carbons to 1 carbon?
That's okay.
Works?
It will be unstable, but it is only a drawing when you take like wooden cubes, you can put them upside down. They will not be stable for longer than a millisecond, but you can try to do something unrealistic. And there is a little E down, which means minimize energy. Start. So okay, you're already enjoying it. That's great. So So we will be going to different option soon, but please try to. Oh, I'm probably going to log in from other equipment and do a little demonstration about Avogadro. So in Avogadro, you can draw. You select atom that you want, like carbons, and then you can change the order of bond by double clicking between them. And then there is a E down, which means energy optimization. Click start, and it shows something that it thinks it is realistic. So please do not be decepted about this optimization. It uses the cheapest possible method, so-called force field, that is very untrustable. So it's only a preliminary step. The structures predicted with this arrow down can be quite deceptive, but it is just a tool. What we need to do is to save the model that you have created. So there should be an option to save, and C3H4 PDB. And you already see there are several options for file style. I will save it several times as PDB, file save as XYZ, save, file save as Gaussian Cartesian input save. Now I do have, I need to find these files on my local computer. Let me make it a little brighter. And use a little bigger font. CD CHEM364. Do I have a directory for it? So I do see that there are several files, and I'm going to upload them to the Trine cluster. SCP. I'm just lazy to modify. Okay, C, everything that starts with letter C, to user at trine.ndsu.edu. Data lab user CHEM364 2023 Dmitry. And password. So the files have been transferred. Please try to do the same exercise. Okay? So save the molecule that you already started playing with, save to local directory, maybe desktop or any place you like, and then from there upload through your favorite way towards the remote server. I'll stop sharing here and go to another station, making sure that we can watch these files in there. Oh, connection closed. It is because I forgotten to type TLP. I need to re-log in. Data, web, user, 6/4/2023. CD. So, oh, someone sent things to my subdirectory first. 3 carbons and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hydrogens. I will walk around and discover who was it. So make sure that you can upload, and then this will be a, how to say, stationary point. Then we will try to do the same thing with other tools, right? But it is basically the goal of today's meeting was achieved by one of the possible tools. Download Avogadro, create a molecule, and upload to the server. If it would be another course, computational chemistry, next thing would be how to find a molecular orbitals, electronic structure, which theories, how to optimize geometry in a trustable way, how to use supercomputers. But as of now, we will be done today when all of us know how to build models and upload them to the server. The rest can be done either in half a year or on a one-to-one personal basis. So there is an external drive and a couple of disks. So again, it will work only on personal equipment. If you can come later and we will do it. So goes view 6 for Windows. So 32-bit. So you may goes view for Windows 64-bit. So you may try to connect this external. Maybe your if you want to try it, maybe your computers have internal hard drive. If not, you can connect. It has regular USB or connector for USB-C, and then you put the disk inside and go ahead and install. So Avogadro is a free software, which means it already has some benefits, and GhostView is commercial about well, with noticeable price, and therefore it is expected to work a little better, more professional. So there is a site license for anyone who is in the group, so we can like share, and it probably will ask for the serial number if you try to install. So I recommend Patricia to do it, so that you have on your equipment, but others may try as well. So you can try if you want, or you can skip and pass it on to the next one. So if something doesn't work, it's not my responsibility, but the responsibility of the authors of the software. Okay, so I recommend you to pass it on to everyone who can and want. To those who just stop by the office with your equipment, we will try. This typically, this is not expected to work on Mac. We just have a professional computer guy here who installed Windows also on a Mac, and it may work there. The special version for Mac is more expensive and more rare, and we do not have it. But there are ways to run the software even on remote things. So I will just sketch a plan for myself because we are getting tired and time is running up. So I will try to demonstrate things maybe in a little expedite way, and I will give explanations as needed. So Gauss view local on PC. So you do it on your own. Then as a very last thing, before we depart, I will do Gauss view through Turbo VNC, which also, this is a way to run remote graphical applications from remote computers, but it needs another thing. So I will explain what is Turbo VNC. And between those steps, I will, so this was proved to work. I was able to run it on my own. Then Gauss view just on a remote connection, X connection. It is expected to work, but it can be very slow. But it doesn't need any software you can use. You can do it from a public computer. And between those, I will do just JMO, which is another free software that allows to build models. And we can do it either on X connection, which will be slow, but I double check that it works. And we may also try to do it on VNC. Okay, this is more for myself. If it looks a little disorganized, do not worry. I'll try my best to squeeze and answer any questions. Any success? Just company and DSU, I think it doesn't matter. DSU and serial number. Were you able to?
No, I couldn't get my Mac to recognize the drive.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Do not worry. So TOP. For the first hour or whatever time, I was advocating to interact with computers, to interact with remote computers without graphical user interface, to use only the text commands. But and I continue supporting it. But for the instance of creating molecular models, we need graphical user interface. It's maybe if you want to do only one computational project in your life, then you only one day when you do this mouse operated things, and then characterization of materials can be completely done in the command line. If you are a wet chemist or person on the wet chemistry track, you know that chemistry can be, well, there is like organic and inorganic, but on the other hand, there is a synthesis and characterization. Or if you are in engineering, instead of synthesis, people use the word fabrication and characterization. When you build, design material, and then you characterize its properties. So what we are doing today is synthesis or building, but the most of computational chemistry is characterization of molecular models. And as soon as you created a model or someone gave it to you, the rest can be done in a command line. So oh, okay. The MOBA-X term has a letter X in it. X is a signature that it allows to run graphical applications from remote computer and see them on a local computer. And it is expected to work, but the old-fashioned X connection, X means like sending graphical information from one computer to another, is a little slow. It was a top edge standard of the late 90s. Today is a little slow, and if you want intense graphical information, it will be delayed. And VNC, which is like virtual network something, is a quicker thing. So if you consider my explanations boring, delayed, mumbling, and you want to go quicker as a rocket, you can find online Turbo VNC and install it on your equipment. It will help. It will be useful, hopefully today, but if not, later on. So it is a way to run graphical applications from remote computer very quickly on a local computer. Before going into this advanced subject, I will try to run a very simple graphical application just through the MOBA-X term. So X3, H4, XYZ. So it may take time, but I was testing and it was working, and it is expected to pop up windows that will use the remote facility and visualize and prove that the models created on local computer and transferred there should work there. If it takes too long, it will be additional motivation to either create models on a local computer and transfer, or to install this Turbo VNC, which works substantially quicker. So while this thing is trying to start, I'll make a little tour. Oh, okay, here's the lucky one. But if it is installed, you can unmount the disk and let the next one to install it. Okay, and Avogadro you works, and you okay. Try there should be E down, energy minimization. Click and start. Okay. And you may try to save this file and send it to remote server. It is still delayed. Well, then you will watch just the demonstration, and then things will work quicker on your personal equipment. But just try to type connect. Let's see. Let's give it a chance. Okay, so with a very substantial delay, something is developing. You see, the molecule that was created on a local computer is now transferred to the remote computer, and one can evaluate it from different angles, right? And analyze like distance between atoms and do some graphical analysis. So this molecule is on the remote computer, and it is a graphical application. In the at your computer, I did launched the old version of JMO, which is a little quicker. This one that I launched here is a newer version that allows to draw models. So let me attract your attention. It's a little too much information. It's scattered, but JMO is the way to escape and do something if other things do not work. So there is a modeling kit, and then one selects which type of atoms one wants to add, and one can just continue and drawing models. And it has some basic attempt to place atoms in the way corresponding to the chemical nature. So when the model is created, you can do export. It has only Gaussian way of saving, but there are ways to convert. So my input.com, the directory, you put save. And then maybe after, yeah, and then there should be file created at the directory. I'm going to close with -OT. And here is the file named myinput.com, more my input.com. It is the little beast that we have created right now with nitrogen and oxygen in addition to these things. And this format with type of element and 3 positions in space, X, Y, and Z, is a standard way to represent the molecules for further calculations. Basically, as soon as we have such file, our goal for today is completed. The rest is not possible to present in one day, and we were not agreeing on doing it. It can be done later. So I will keep walking through seats, but this was a little proof that this remote control on public computer is okay for, allows for building models and processing. So try to do JMO. With me. No. There is a JMO. You can download it later, but there is a JMO directly on a client server. If you bring up command line. Okay. Where is your VMD? Yes, here. Let me type something. Carbons XYZ. Okay. So gmo.sh bonds XYZ, and this ampersand means that we keep line active for other processes. PS. And then it is trying to run JMO. So since we are not using VNC, it will be quite delayed. And with VNC, it will be like instantaneous in like fractions of a second. Okay. Just one thing at a time. Where's the envelope? Yes, so no, just when it will ask serial number, you. Yep. Aha, okay, very good. So at least you see that we can do something without personal computer on a public computer. So there is it is a good investment of time if you just play with it, but there is another version that allows not only this old version allows only to analyze, right? And there is a new version that allows to modify these molecules. So you'll click and create new molecule or modify the old one. And as soon as you have at least one tool to build molecules, you can go into your materials research stuff. So I just don't want to interrupt your pleasure of running this version. I will write on the blackboard. When you're done, you can stop this and run a newer version, which is so if you type tilde uppercase soft /j mol I don't know, with dash or without dash 13, and then after this type j mol.sh, and you can put ampersand after it. So it will be very similar to what you have, but it will there will be an option to click and add new atoms to the model, and then saving the files. Okay. And after you type everything, just click next. Interesting. Let me see what it can be sensitive to upper lowercase in some spaces with dashes. Did it work at your side? Okay. Yeah, that's it will, and you can put Shift-7 so that you can type other command. Yeah, now enter, so that you can try other commands while it will be coming up, or for other things. Okay. So we are, in some sense, we are done with this JMOL. I will try to run Gauss view through simple X connection, just as a proof of concept, but it will be either not working or very much delayed. We just need to be sure that some things can be run without additional software, but it is not the most up to date. So in order to run, okay. In order to run Gaussian on the remote server, one needs to activate it. Activate not in a sense of installing, it is already installed, but it is in the passive memory and one needs to bring up a library. So module available G16. So it confirms that there is a Gaussian module available, and then module load G16. So this is an important command, and it brings up Gaussian into not Gauss view, but Gaussian as a tool to compute electronic structure, molecular orbitals, and such into active memory. Like if I type which G16, it will show in which direction it is located, directory it is located. Before this module load, it will not show up. It is hidden. And now, after the Gaussian has been activated, we can type GV and hope for the best. It will be much slower than JMO, but eventually it will be the same Gaussian as Gauss view as those lucky who were able to install it on local computers got locally. So it's possible. It will be just a little delayed. Maybe erase it and try this. Oh, let her to type. She was successful. So if you have Gaussian, try to save your models, save as, find a way to save. Maybe to desktop, and then practice a chance to transfer this model to a remote server so that we can go on and do actual calculations. Okay. You may not need it at all. You may not need it until end of semester, but without it, it's only a little decoration. But if you are able to transfer, then we can go into productive science. They're still thinking, and one can check what is going on by command PS, so processes. So Gauss view has started. It is just very much delayed through without graphical acceleration. Aha, okay, you found it. They didn't bring their computers. I need a personal computer for this. So let me show something. So if you click this model, okay, carbon or maybe oxygen, then you can. So you can build new models and you can select any element from the periodic table and then save it, and then it will be on the server. And later on, you can build models that you need for your practical research. Okay. It looks like it is more reliable and quicker than Gauss view. That is very much so. It's a good program, but it doesn't work or works very much delayed without graphical acceleration. Okay. So as expected, it is slow. I wouldn't put a plus here. So next thing is Turbo VNC. Please raise your hand if you did try to install Turbo VNC. Did you try to install Turbo VNC? Okay. Basically, it is needed if you didn't install Gauss view. If you have Gauss view, it is not as needed, but we can just practice and check for the proof of concept. Okay. So Turbo VNC works for Mac, and I will not show the process of installing because it was painful and lengthy. But here is Turbo VNC. I run it, and after it is So after it is activated, one can connect to the same server and run Gauss view on the server, and then you see it works same speed as on local computer, and one can build the atomistic models and save them and do whatever we need. So I do not have Gauss view on the local computer, but it is a graphically accelerated connection to remote server where one can write run Gauss view with substantial speed up. So when you get it installed, I'll send the steps how to connect. Well, at least for me, it did work. So did Gauss view run?
I can get it to install the Mac OS. So I'll do that.
Mm-hmm. And JML did work for you, right?
Yeah, the JML did work.
Okay. Can you bring it up for a second? Were you able to modify?
Oh, I didn't.
Okay. Okay. Let me show, because if this turbo VNC will not work, this will be a practical tool too.
Okay.
So you select which type of element, you click, and you build things.
Okay, you just click and oh.
Okay. There is no reliable optimization, but you can save and optimize with other software.
Okay.
And here is the file export. Either, and it selects my input. You can change the name. Well, and save, and there will be file in Gauss view format.
Oh.
And it's already saved. You can close.
Oh, okay, got it.
Oh, maybe. Okay, you have partial success. You have at least some tool for working. Huh?
We have something to use.
Yes, exactly. So done. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So from my point of view, we achieved goals, at least to a certain extent. So I will stay here to answer questions if there are some, or to let you time to think and practice. But basically, everything I wanted to deliver is done. So no one is kicking you out of the room. You can sit, practice, and communicate with me. But like formal part is done. Like end of the meeting. It is an optional, very optional part of the CHEM364. So next Wednesday in this room, we will have a session on machine learning networks, artificial intelligence related to material science. If you are curious, you are very welcome to come. If you're not curious or you're busy, that's okay. The speaker will give a public lecture on Thursday, 4 p.m. as a developmental seminar, but in addition, he does 3 masterclass sessions on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so that everyone who attends can later practice neural network studies of materials, which is very fashionable, and it is algorithms that are used in bank sectors, in Google search, and stuff like this. Okay, So feel free to sit or leave or attract my attention if help is needed, but program is done. And many thanks for investing your time. I believe if you are in class, it will bring very healthy benefits at the time of a project at the end of semester, likely big benefits for your general career. And for those who are not in the class, I think it was your personal wish to come. You already know why you came and what you get out of it. Yeah. So there is many options here in the Gauss view. So one can change selected bond lengths. You see, you select it and you modify it, or change the order of a bond. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, there is a way to change the angle. Like if you want to modify it, there is a way to change angle between atoms or group of atoms. And there is a way to change dihedral angle, which is sometimes important for building isomers. Like professional chemists typically know what is dihedral angle, right? So it's either in plane or out of plane. Okay.
Is it just typical for Trion? Can I use it on like
local computer prime? Yeah. Oh yes. Those. Oh no. JMO is on photon and Trion. But if you want graphical applications on paramotor, no, it's very hard. There is a way to run some graphical commands on the prime, but it is done in a completely different way. If you're interested, I can show how to do it, but it will be different. I think if you're done, I'll just stop the session so that those who are interested can get recording.